detailing all the big tech and media outlets that completely got it wrong. And I'm wondering if big tech will ban those media outlets and if those big tech companies will perhaps suffer any fines or any violations because of the stance they took. So number one in Breitbart's list is Facebook. Of course, Facebook announced that it would be suppressing the story pending review by its third-party fact checkers. It labeled the story as misinformation. Here is the famous tweet, the infamous tweet now by Andy Stone at Facebook. While I will intentionally not link to the New York Post, I want to be clear that this story is eligible to be fact-checked by Facebook's third-party fact-checking partners. In the meantime, we are reducing its distribution to our platform. And Twitter, this one was the big one. Twitter shut down all links to the Post story and locked the Post out of its own account. It also suspended the accounts of people who tried to share the story, even White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany. Twitter's justification for the censorship kept changing, from claiming that the story was dangerous to claiming that it involved hacked materials. CEO Jack Dorsey eventually admitted the company had been wrong, but kept the Post account locked for more than 2 weeks. The Washington Post suggested that the story was Russian disinformation, since Giuliani was one of the sources. Interesting. One article in the Post advised readers to treat the Hunter emails as foreign intelligence, even if they probably aren't. Remember that one? Treat the emails as foreign intelligence, even if they probably aren't. Internet's go-to source for common knowledge decided to censor the story. As Breitbart News reported, editors recently deemed the New York Post an unreliable source on Wikipedia and cited this as a reason to exclude mention of the story. They continued to suppress the story, calling it, you guessed it, Russian disinformation, and claiming that it was debunked. Doesn't seem like it's debunked now, does it, Wikipedia? CBS News, is also an outlet that looks mighty stupid now for what they did during the Hunter laptop story. CBS said the story was about a laptop allegedly full of Hunter's old emails. It's a story raising concern about whether it's real or just designed to sow confusion in the final weeks of the November 3rd date. It compared the story to WikiLeaks. In other words, Russian disinformation. Right, and claiming that it was debunked. Leslie Stahl, interviewing President Trump, said the laptop couldn't be verified because it can't be verified. Remember that interview with Leslie Stahl that Trump actually posted? He posted the interview when 60 Minutes would not. He posted all the good parts, at least, of the interview. And Leslie Stahl was like, and Trump was like, you should take a look at that stuff because that's your job as journalists. And Leslie Stahl was like, well, it can't be verified because it can't be verified. Joke. What a bunch of clowns. What a bunch of clowns. From Fox News. Fox News was also in on the Hunter laptop cover-up. While Fox did some reporting on the story, who else? Chris Wallace, who had moderated the first presidential debate, poured scorn on the story, calling it completely unverified and adding that Rudy Giuliani is not the most reliable source anymore. You want to know how you can get yourself out of your ratings hole, Fox News? How you can start to dig yourself out of the ratings hole you've dug yourself into? Get rid of Chris Wallace. That's a good start. MSNBC